It's not funny. Libraries are serious. Hello, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Madeline Rose, and this is the Rose Witchcraft channel, where we keep the magic balanced, like a perfect cup of coffee. Not too bitter, not too creamy, just perfect. So if you like history, spirituality, practical skills like herbalism and cooking, and this aesthetic, my face, and witchy stuff in general, I highly suggest that you hit that subscribe button because I'm here for you every Friday with new videos on these topics. Today's video is the first installment in a short series I'm going to be doing called Free Craft, because not everything needs to cost money, especially not your spiritual practice. And yes, I love beautiful things, don't get me wrong. And the aesthetic is a factor in the craft. It's pleasing to the younger self. It helps us get into a different mindset and enter liminal spaces where we then do our work. I understand this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not coming for you, witchy subscription boxes or whatever. It's just that not everybody can afford to buy those things, and those people still deserve to practice witchcraft. And so I'm going to offer some tips on that, because I was living below the poverty line for almost my entire life, like up until very recently, and it never prevented me from practicing my craft, from engaging in my spirituality, and it shouldn't prevent you from doing that either. So I'm going to share all my tips and tricks with you in this short series, and today's a great one because we went on a field trip to none other than the library. That's right, a literal hall of knowledge filled to the brim with books. What better place? Oops, I just bumped the microphone. I got really excited about the library, okay? So I went on a field trip to the library, and here's that part right now. The first ever libraries were in Sumer, Mesopotamia, in the cradle of life, so it's not surprising. And they marked the end of prehistory, obviously, and the start of recorded history. And they didn't have books in them, they had clay tablets. And the title of the writing was written on the edge of the clay tablet so that they could stack them up and see what each one was. Just like we write the title of books on the spine as we put them on our shelves. I don't know why, but I got really hung up on that. It blew my mind and it made me really excited. Just clay books. Amazing. The earliest private library was owned by Ashurbanipal. Ashurbanipal was a king and a conqueror. It seems as though he stocked his library with loot from wars, which is rude. And he was specifically intensely interested in divination and omen texts. He believed that it was important for him to gather all of the possibly relevant, like, rituals and incantations and omens so that he could maintain his power as king. He had a number of texts specifically about the moon, its position, whether it was an eclipse, and its conjunction to other planets. He also had books on the sun, its coronas, and its eclipses as well, and the positions of the planets. Basically, he wanted to know where all the celestial bodies were, who they were hanging out with, and what they were doing. He wanted all of that astronomical hot goss. I will do all the rituals. As long as I know exactly where all the planets are at and what they're doing, I'll be the king forever. Yeah, so his library contained writings on divinations, omens, incantations, and hymns to various gods, as well as books on medicine and literature. Oh, and he also collected books about the weather, namely lightning, thunder, and clouds. You can't see them really because the world is on fire, but they're up there, probably. This is the Memorial Library in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Is it the most impressive library in the world? No. Is it definitely the prettiest library in the city where I live? Yes. So since we know that libraries are historically and I'm gonna say inherently magical and esoteric, let's go and see what they have inside. Do you have a library card? If you don't, you should get one, because not only is the library a great source of knowledge, it's also one of the last places that you're allowed to just exist and be a person, and there's no expectation that you're going to spend money. And we need to hold on to that. It's important, and I love libraries, so support your local library. Do you have any great free witchcraft ideas? Please share your tips and tricks down in the comments. I will share them with the community, and of course I'll give you credit, and thank you very much in advance. If you like this video, I highly suggest that you subscribe, because I'm here for you every Freya's Day with more videos like this. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Blessed be.
We've got 2 DPs here.
You could switch roles, maybe. I'll finish.
Do you want to be
I'm
script
almost done.
supervisor?
I'm almost done. Can you?
Be script super. He's
Okay,
not
never
even
mind.
filming you.
You're fired.
She's the
camera
director.
operator
Hey,
now.
you heard her. You heard the woman.